Hi everyone, I'm Wendy Rogers, President and CEO of the Beaver Creek Chamber of Commerce, and I am here today with Julie from Ellie's Rainy Day Fund. Hey Julie, how are you?
I'm good.
That's awesome. I'm so glad that you're here today because I want to really get the word out about exactly what you do at Ellie's Rainy Day Fund. So tell me, how did you start the organization?
Well, 6 years ago, I adopted a little dog that we named Ellie at 5 months old from Sixa. And within a week after we'd adopted her, she was hospitalized at MedVet with pneumonia.
Oh my gosh.
Then over the next 3 months, she was hospitalized 3 more times. Long story short, it turns out that she has a chronic lung condition, from birth, that was like cystic fibrosis.
Oh my gosh.
And
wow.
so what that meant was we were doing all kinds of treatment, but she was getting sick, and what that did was it put me in vets' waiting rooms a lot.
I bet. Oh my goodness.
And sitting there and watching families who loved their pet just as much as I loved Ellie come in and just leave in tears, either with an animal that was still in pain or with a box.
Yeah,
And I just thought, I know just from experience that animal lovers are the best people on the planet.
I would agree.
And yes, and that they want to help each other.
Yes.
So I figured, okay, let's put something together and give folks the opportunity to help one another.
Perfect.
And that's pretty much what we do.
That's amazing. So are there other organizations around that are like yours?
There are, that we've been able to find, there are 4 others in the country.
Okay.
Now they don't work just like us, but 4 others that also focus on doing that expensive emergency and specialty work.
Okay.
I mean, we don't do spay neuters or shots or any of that kind of stuff, because there are great places in the community that offer low cost options for that.
Right.
But when your puppy that you just adore gets a little too rambunctious and swallows a sock and gets impacted and is going to die within 2 days if there isn't surgery done to get that out. And you're talking, if you're lucky, $3,000 or $4,000. And so as a result, I've kind of found out through experience now why there aren't more organizations that target this high-cost vet stuff. It takes a lot of money.
Sure.
Which means a lot of fundraising.
Sure, absolutely.
So yes.
But what a wonderful thing, and it brings me back to my thoughts, and I'm wondering if this kind of goes along with what you guys do, but my mother, for example, she's elderly. She's in a community 65 and older, and she's actually 82. So she's up there in age, but she has two little Chihuahuas that she loves. She's had them, I think they're almost like 11 years old. I think they are 11 or 12 years old, which I know is older for small dogs, but they're part of her family. I think she likes them better than me, Julie, to be honest, but she loves them. But she's on a fixed income like a lot of seniors are, and I know people in her complex, a lot of them do have dogs and they're in the same situation, or cats or whatever it may be. So, I always worry, if something happens, I mean, older dogs can get cancer, they can get, tumors or breathing problems as they get older, just like people. And that would be a huge expense for her, or probably just about anybody in that building. So is that kind of an example of where you guys would be able to kind of step in, or those are the type of people that you kind of see that you can help?
That's a great example. We do, I bet you at least a quarter to a third of the families we do are seniors.
Okay.
Seniors on fixed incomes. I mean, with seniors, their main interaction usually is with their pet. That's who's with them all day long.
Right.
So that is their family.
Right.
So that is the favorite child. And they're almost always on fixed incomes, and they're in a spot. You know, and their pets, like you said, are getting older, and older pets usually require more care. So it's kind of the perfect storm.
Sure, sure.
And that's a great example of one where we can really make a difference.
Good, good. And you told me earlier a little story about, was it Raleigh? Roller?
Roller. Yes.
Yes. Tell me about that, because that was amazing.
So yeah, so there are across the gambit of kinds of stories. But seniors we do a lot of, and also families that have disabled kids, autistic kids, kids that are struggling with emotional issues. Roller was one of our early cases. He was a little corgi, cute little guy, and that family had a 3-year-old son who was autistic. And the only time that the son would vocalize, would talk to somebody, was with the dog.
Wow.
And so they really needed that dog. And it turned out that dog had a liver shunt, which is an expensive surgery. They had spent all their liquid income getting to the point of getting the diagnosis.
Sure.
So now they knew what was wrong, but it was going to be several $1,000s to fix it. And they just didn't have it.
Right.
And so they said, we're going to have to put him down.
And I can't even imagine that, because I'm sure they're so concerned about their son and how that will affect him further. I couldn't even imagine. That's amazing that you guys are there and are able to help with that. So what's the process, or what can somebody do if they need to access your service? How does that work exactly?
Okay, well, the way we're set up is through veterinarians.
Okay.
So requests for our assistance need to come through your veterinarian. That way we know that there's ongoing care built in,
Okay.
that there's a history there of that care already happening, because it's not really fair to the family or the animal if there isn't what's needed afterwards. We can come in and help with the big event, but
Okay.
big events never come without little events following them.
Sure, sure.
As people or as the pets are healing and that kind of thing.
Right. You want.
So, yeah, folks need to, if something happens that is beyond their means, one of these big things, they need to be asking their vet about whether or not their vet partners with us,
Okay.
whether they might be interested in doing that.
Okay.
And then the veterinarian can contact us.
Okay, so only the veterinarians can contact you. People can't directly contact Ellie's Rainy Day Fund on their own for services. You have to go through a veterinarian,
Right.
correct?
Right.
Okay, perfect. And so, since they can't contact you directly and they have to go through a veterinarian, how can we help Ellie's Rainy Day Fund? Or do you guys take donations, do fundraisers, or how can we help out such an amazing organization?
Yes, well, of course, we definitely need donations. Like I said, we're excited if we get a bill that's only $2,000 or $3,000.
Sure.
That's one of the cheap ones.
Wow.
But again, I think what's so cool about this is that it's taking the folks that know how important an animal is in the family, that it's one of their kids, that maybe have a little extra money, and it's giving them the opportunity to feel great, to be heroes,
Sure.
by assisting somebody else who otherwise would have to put their child, their fur child,
Yeah.
to sleep. So donations are a big one, of course, a big
Okay.
obvious one.
Okay.
But there's also volunteering, we do events. There's, of course, social media is important. Anything that will help get the word out so that more people that understand this dilemma
Sure.
and that would feel great helping get the chance to.
And how can they do that? How can they reach you? Is there a website they need to go
Yes.
through?
Yes.
And what is that, Juli?
Oh, well, that would be elliesrainydayfund.org. We also have a very active Facebook presence. That's our main social media presence.
Perfect.
which again is Ellie's Rainy Day Fund. Surprise, surprise.
Perfect.
And both of those have means to contact us that are very obvious on the sites.
Well, that sounds amazing. What an amazing organization, a beautiful organization with what you guys do. I so appreciate you for being here today, Julie, and making sure that our fur babies and our fur family are kept healthy and strong. We so appreciate that. So folks, if you want to get in contact with Ellie's Rainy Day Fund, of course you can go to the website, as Julie said, find them on Facebook, or you can go to the Beaver Creek Chamber of Commerce website at beavercreekchamber.org, and you can search Ellie's Rainy Day Fund, and you can find contact information for them too. And just one more plug, obviously coming up is Giving Tuesday, shortly after Thanksgiving. So that's when you give to your favorite organizations. And if you feel that this is a great fit for you and you'd like to help out some of our fur babies out there and folks that can't quite take care of some issues that are coming up for them, please feel free to reach out and donate to Ellie's Rainy Day Fund. Thanks again, Julie, for being here.
Thank you. And if I might, yes, so if you haven't heard of Giving Tuesday before, you know, everybody's sort of Black Friday and we're out there getting those deals. And Cyber Monday, we're getting the deals again. And then Giving Tuesday is the day after. So this year it's November 30th. And it's a chance to give instead of get with some of your funds.
And it's a perfect way too to do that and to maybe make that or donate it in someone else's name. And that's
Absolutely.
a great Christmas gift or holiday gift or birthday gift. So consider that, folks, and thanks again.
And we have a match during Giving Tuesday, so your money will go twice as far. And you're right about great for gifts, also great for memories, for
Yes.
memorials. We have probably close to half our donors initially will be people whose pet has died or who has a friend whose pet has died, and they want their legacy to live on in a meaningful way by saving another pet.
Sure, I love that. I love all of it. I'm an animal lover myself, so I really appreciate you. And thanks so much again, Julie, for being here.
Thank you.